100 grand race is in the books here at the Orange County Fair Speedway, and we're sitting next to the winner, our good buddy Matty Williamson. And Matt, $100,000, man. What's it mean?
I told you earlier.
You gotta tell me again because we're on the internet here.
I don't even know what happened. I mean, it really still hasn't sunk in. Biggest race in modified history, and the Barron's number 3 is at the top. That's all that matters. It's very humbling, very cool. I can't thank Jeff and Harry enough. The whole team, we put a super team together with everybody from the Buzz 2 team. I shouldn't say everybody. We had Spot tonight with us. Paul Went and Johnny Coco come down from the Wentz Propane, number 6 at Ransomville. We had Ray, Corn Beef, and Dave from my Saturday night deal, and everybody that helps out Jeff. I'm telling you, we worked really hard today. I almost got the F part.
You did a good job there. You were close.
I got the F part out. It's like an edited version.
Yeah. I don't have a bleep button, so.
Yeah. But no, we put a good team together, and we won. No, it's humbling.
Let's talk about the race. You know, we've been joking around here. You beat Stuart Friesen. I mean, that's the guy here. He's won Eastern States multiple times. He is, you know, you got Matt, you got Stu, and those are the 2 guys behind you. You beat both of them to win here in Middletown.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I really can't. I still don't know what really happened. That last restart, we lined up, you know, double file restarts to make it good for the fans, which the people at Orange County, as much complaining is probably going to happen because of the weather and the stuff that went on before the weather happened. They did, I think, everything that they had to do to make it as fair as possible for everybody. We were bitching. There was people that were in 10th that were bitching. There was people that were in 20th. There was people that were in 30th. There was some times where it's going to get you, and there's some times where you're going to benefit. And I think that Mike Gerda, Chris Larson, Suitcase, I think they all did the fairest calls possible to make this the fairest race possible. And I can't thank them enough for doing that. At the time, you feel like you're going to get the shaft, and it's like you're leading. Let's just call it. It's 12 laps into this thing. You know, I'm joking, and I was having a good time today. It was like one of them days you wake up and you're happy, and like everything's going right. And we scaled this thing today, and it went on the scales. It was good. And that's a brand new car. We had 4 laps on it before this weekend, and we had been good all week up until tonight, until it got single file on the bottom. Like, when it wasn't single file on the bottom, I could roll the middle and roll the top and pass cars, but then as soon as it got single file on the bottom, you try and roll the middle and roll the top, and you get passed, and it's like, you don't want to settle in for 5th when you start 3rd, so you try something, you drop back to 9th. You know, it's just one of them deals. And I'll tell you what, for people watching that have not been to Orange County and seen this new surface, ain't it something?
That's awesome. I've come to Orange County. I worked here. I love Middletown. Anyone that knows me knows that I love Eastern States, and I love being here in Orange County. And what a difference. You can race top, middle, bottom. I mean, at one point you gave up the lead in that race. Anthony Perigo went by you on the top, and that checked out, and it was good. And then traffic brought him back, and you were able to get him back.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing is, it's not a typical racetrack here tonight because I think or at this place in general, because the new clay, and with the rain helped tonight a little bit, the new clay is like, you'll be racing, all of a sudden the bottom, you have to get to the bottom, like it's like rubber down, and then you'll fall around the bottom, and then somebody will go around you on the top, and it's like, okay, you got to get to the top, and you got to chase it here, and it makes for good racing. Like, you know, Decker went by me early, and then Danny went by me, and I'm like, here we go, we're putting the backup lights on, like the last couple nights, and what do we got to do to be better? And you chase it, and at that point, we caught them back, and I could roll the bottom. So then I get the lead, and I'm rolling the middle, and Perigo tries by me on the top, and it's like, we got radios, we got spotters, and my spotter Doug did a great job. He says he's rolling the top, and but before he told me he was rolling the top, I tried to go up there, and I'm spinning my tires, you know. So it was cool. I mean, you got to check this place out. This is no joke now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fun. You know, I come down here every Saturday.
You and I talked last night after your races, and you were saying that if they let us run a 300, it would open up the racing a little bit and give us some more grooves. And they did that this morning. And how'd that help you out?
that's one of them deals. That's a tough call for them to make. You know, we come down here, and I don't think I talked to, besides Scott Jeffries, I don't think I talked to many people that said they had 300s in their trailer. You know, I talked to Charlie Rudolph next door to us, and he said he took everything out, and you don't blame him. I would have done the same thing because we come down here and it says 400s only, so we're all in the same boat, and they figured that they could get. Last night I was at third first lap, and Suitcase walked by me, and I said, Suitcase, we gotta put 300s on these things to make this a race. And he goes, I know, but we can't get that many. Well, figure it out.
Yeah.
And they did just that. They figured it out. They got the tires here. Everybody was very fair and respectful about it. Somebody went to Scott right in front of me, Scott Jeffries. He's a tire dealer. He figured out a way to get all these tires down here. Somebody walked up in front of me and says, we were sitting there just shooting the shit, and they said, I want 5 regular 300s. Scott goes, well, I can get you a 300, but you're not going to get 5.
Right.
And to be honest, we ran the same 300 all night tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You need one. To make it fair, you need one. So for 39 people that say they didn't have it, for 39 people to go out and buy a tire for 106 up race, you're going to buy a tire anyways. You're going to put new tires on. It's 100,000 to win. So they made the right calls, and they made it happen, and we benefit. I mean,
One last question. You get a caution there. Was it 157? And you see who lines up next to you, and you know he's there. It's Stuart Friesen. And let's take us through those last few laps from your perspective in the seat. Never winning the big race. You know, not taking anything against you. You know, but Stewie's he's won Syracuse. You know, he's won at Oswego. He's been in that boat before. You know, those guys. Matt was there with you. They've been in that boat before. They know how to finish, and you hadn't had that opportunity yet. And today, obviously, you did. So, what was it like? And take us through that thought process.
I come on the radio and I was mad. I'm like, at it. I dropped the F-bomb.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Everyone,
for
that's
people
right.
listening.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get it.
that out.
We'll figure it out.
No.
You're better Tyler Herb, so you're good.
You know, I was driving around and I'm on the radio and I was mad. I thought that I had it won. We got through lap cars, and the spotters were saying, you know, Stewie didn't get through and this and that. And you thought you played it good, and the caution comes out. You double file restart. You take a breath in, and I get on the radio. What do I got to do to win this race? Tell me what I got to do to win this race. You know, you guys keep telling me, get to the top, get to the top, get to the top. He's going to slide job me. You know, he gets 100,000. I'd wreck my mother for 100,000. I've said this before. And he slide jobbed me once, and we crossed him up and went to the middle when he was in the wall. And I knew I had to drive into one, protect the slide job, and that goes back to the middle, build moisture up after caution. So I went through the middle, and I felt like I had a pretty good car at that point, and got through, and Doug comes on the radio and says, good corner, and at that point you're like, you start to smile a little bit. Driving a 3 and 4, and I got up. I don't think I drove up to the cushion in 4, and I'm like, there goes my good corner. And you're just waiting. You're like looking side to side. Stewie's an amazing race car driver. I mean, I love Stewie. He's a good friend of mine, and I really didn't want him to win this race today. So, it was cool. It's just we come out of 4, and they come on the radio, and I'm not really good at this radio racing stuff, and I don't like to key in when I'm driving. I like to focus. Jeff's yelling at me, get to the top, get to the top. And it's like, shut up, I'm trying to see where they... So he come out of 4, and he says, you just won $100,000. And I just pushed the button, and I started screaming, "Wah!"
And other things you can't say on here.
No, I literally, "Wow, we won." And then I think I sunk in, and I started swearing a little bit. Well, it was incredible. I mean, the people that I have behind me, you know, it starts at home. Wayne Kahn, SNW Service Center. He's been with me since he kicked my ass in Sportsman. You can't thank him enough. Daryl Johnson Incorporated. Daryl's a great friend of mine. Daryl and Amanda, they're great people, and without them, I wouldn't be here. And I tell Daryl this every time. It's pretty cool. Obviously, my mom and dad. It's my
and your dad wasn't
I
even
know it does. It's my nephew's first birthday today, and I was bummed I missed it. We got him on the lawnmower. He liked playing with the box even better than the lawnmower, so that was pretty cool. You know, everybody that makes that deal happen. Rob Sawatsky found out he got sick this week. This one's up there for him to keep fighting and getting through it. And, all my sponsors on my own car. I'm gonna miss 100 people here, but then it goes to the Buzz Jew team spot. Ernie, Dan, Buzz, Brian, Marilyn, everybody that makes that deal happen. I'm very, very blessed to be in that car. Then the Friday night car, Paul Wentz down here enjoying himself. It's awesome for him to be here. Johnny Coco worked his tail off on tires all week, and he wants to win. He's a serious guy that wants to win, and that's the kind of people that you need behind him. Him and Spotter out, they're identical. They're not okay with finishing second, and that's the way you need to be. We brought the small walk down last night, give us some more laps. That was pretty cool. Pete brought that thing down. My dad drove back with him last night. They got home at 6 in the morning. So they got stopped on the way down by DOT. They poured all their beer out on the side of the road, which should be a federal offense to pour beer out. Like, take it and bring it home.
This is America, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that deal. And then tonight, the car we own with Jeff and Harry, Joan. Jeff's cars from day one have been the best possible stuff to be in. And there's no point in the race car where you say, that left front, I think we should change this. Jeff doesn't look at you with a question. He goes and he gets that part and he puts that thing on the race car. Because if in my mind I think it's better, Jeff thinks it's better too.
Right.
And Harry's the same way. I mean, without them, I'd still probably be racing at Maryville and Rainsville, and we would have won however many races at home. We would have been a porch sitter, whatever they want to call it now. And to come down here on the road, it's going to take a while for this one to sit in. But like I said, there's so many great people behind me. My girlfriend, her family, everybody's so supportive. My family, my guys. When we're out on the road, they're at home working on the race car, and that's what you need. Anthony was doing tires this week. Ray and Cornbeef come down with me. Dave come down. He started doing tires, and it's not something you usually do. It's just, I could ramble on forever about how many people have helped me out in this deal, and I really can't say thanks. I'm sure I forgot. I named a lot of people. We went through a lot of time, but I'm sure I forgot so many people.
I won't hold it against you, but hey, man, we'll let you celebrate now.
I have one more question.
Oh no, Kenny.
What's Matt Williamson's Sunday going to be like tomorrow?
It is Sunday, isn't it?
It is Sunday.
Yeah, we planned on going home tonight, and we were going to drop some parts off, and we were going to drop some parts off. I don't know what time it is. It's probably 4 in the morning.
Whatever. What does it matter? So here comes the party.
Here comes the car.
So Matt, congratulations, man. $100,000.
Congratulations.
Stay tuned to Dirt Track Digest for more here from Centennial Weekend.